Even when we did not deserve to be saved, Christ said, you know what, I'll save you anyway.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour, right here on Abundant Television. I'm your host, the gentleman, Jody Powell, and for the next 60 minutes, we're going to be taking a look back over the last 12 weeks of action here at Wrestling for Christ. We're going to be taking a look at the tag team division, Perfect Vision, the formation of that team, John Matthews, Zachariah Cutter. We're going to take a look at the Conquerors, Kenny Austin, Chris Thunder Anderson, the rivalry that formed between those two teams, where it's led and where it could be headed. Tonight, we're also going to take a look at the Sawyer brothers, Mad Dog Nathan Sawyer, Buzzsaw Sawyer. Are we potentially looking at a powerhouse tag team, or is this just a smoke and mirrors from the Sawyer brothers and they have no intentions of joining? We're going to explore all of that. We're going to take a look back. We're going to dissect the interviews that have been had and talk about what could potentially be coming ahead for the Sawyer brothers. We're going to look at the attack on AWOL. We're going to dig deep into that, figuring out we're so close to understanding who was behind the attack on AWOL. All fingers are now pointing toward Sir Charles Humperdinck masterminding that attack. And the Conquerors, Kenny Austin, Chris Thunder Anderson, possibly carrying that attack out. And of course, we're going to look at the World Heavyweight Championship, the rivalry between Shane Austin, the Carolina Dreamer, where it's been, where it's leading. How does Loaded Guns Ken Magnum fit into this? And where has he been? He's been hiding out after that vicious attack on the Carolina Dreamer, costing Shane Austin that World Heavyweight Championship shot in the street fight just a few weeks ago. We're going to take a look back and then a look ahead at what's waiting for us as we explore the division of the World Heavyweight Championship. And plus, fans, as promised last week, we're going to reveal the 16-man television turmoil tournament. All 16 men, the brackets. We're going to have them set. More information to come on that, as we said, set forth now on this journey together, looking back at Wrestling for Christ. We'll be back right after these messages.
When Wrestling for Christ visits the Philippines, we bring more than just wrestling. We bring the love of Jesus Christ. Our mission extends beyond the ring. We hold vacation Bible schools, run basketball and youth camps, and visit villages to share the gospel, offering hope and encouragement to those in need. Since 2017, Wrestling for Christ has seen thousands of professions of faith and lives changed simply by sharing the love of Jesus. In 2025, we're planning to return for television tapings on Abundant TV to reach even more lives. We need your support to continue this vital work. Help us bring hope to the Philippines.
Scan the QR code to donate today and go to our website to learn more about this ministry.
Thank you and God bless.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome back to Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour as we take a look back over the last 12 weeks of action here in Wrestling for Christ. But before we do, we'd be remiss if we didn't say thank you to all of you that have watched Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour over the last 3 months, making this one of the most viewed shows on Abundant Television. We're here for you, and we want to be here for you, providing you with powerful, fun, family-friendly wrestling action. And we appreciate all of your support and everyone that has watched Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. And we're going to continue to bring you some of the best professional wrestling action on television for all the family. And we're going to praise God while we do it. Now, let's take a look back, fans, into the tag team division. And we wanted to start by taking a look at Perfect Vision, Zachariah Cutter, John Matthews, the formation of this tag team, the reformation of this tag team, as they have teamed together before and have been highly successful. But what made them come back together here? It all started, I believe, with one word: heart. And that's the word that I would use to describe Zachariah Cutter every single day and twice on Sunday. The kid has more heart than anyone I have ever seen in this business. And he's not afraid to take on anyone, whether it's AWOL, whether it's Thunder Anderson, whether it's Kenny Austin, whoever it is. Zachariah Cutter is always up for the challenge. But it was quite the challenge when Kenny Austin and Chris Thunder Anderson formed a tag team. And really, it became a 2-on-1 situation with Zachariah Cutter until he got some help from an unlikely ally. Let's go back and take a look at the formation, the reformation of Perfect Vision. The referee having no idea what's going on just in front of him. Big shoulder now into the midsection of Zachariah Cutter. An Irish whip into the corner. Cutter hits hard. Here comes Chris Thunder. Cutter moved out of the way. Rolls him up. Wait a minute. What's Kenny Austin doing? Kenny Austin jumping in the ring just when Zachariah Cutter was getting the upper hand. And these two, good grief, the Conquerors they call themselves. And it looks like they are going to take it out right here on Zachariah Cutter. And wait a minute. Here comes... That's John Matthews. What's John Matthews doing here? John Matthews coming out to Cutter's aid. We'll have to see what happens here, fans. We'll be back right after these messages. Well, there you saw, wrestling fans, John Matthews coming to the aid of Zachariah Cutter. But the big question was, why? Why now, John Matthews? What prompted you to come out to help your former tag team partner, Zachariah Cutter? What prompted you to consider the reformation of Perfect Vision? And what does this mean for where Perfect Vision could go in WFC? Those are questions that I posed to John Matthews the following week as he was set to take on one half of the World Tag Team Champions of the Foundation, Dylan Dollar. Let's hear what John had to say.
Introducing first, from Matthews, North Carolina, he is one half of Perfect Vision, John Matthews.
There's John Matthews. Let's see if we can get a word with him before this match starts. A great opportunity taking on Dylan Dollar, one half of the tag team champs here.
I'll tell you what, John, let me get a quick word with you here. We saw last week on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour, Zach Cutter was being attacked by Kenny Austin and Chris Thunder Anderson, and surprisingly, you made the save. Tell me what's going on here with you and Zach Cutter as a tag team.
Well, you see, I seen my former brother getting attacked week after week after week, and I just got tired of it. So I'm by my brother's side again.
Well, I love that. Zach Cutter, John Matthews, a tag team, and in this match, you're going to get an opportunity to take on one half of the World Tag Team titles, and we'll see if that pays fortune for Perfect Vision coming up.
Well, there you have it, fans. John Matthews just couldn't take it anymore. Tired of seeing Zachariah Cutter pushed around, bullied by these bigger men. And as I said in the beginning, Zachariah Cutter is someone who has one of the biggest hearts in wrestling for Christ. But sometimes you need a little backup. And that's what John Matthews provided to him. And now they have reformed Perfect Vision. And in that match, fans, John Matthews had the chance to take on Dylan Dollar, one half of the World Tag Team Champions. And anytime you get a tag team in a one-on-one match, particularly the champions, if you're able to pick up that victory, well, that catapults you right to the top of the list of tag teams deserving of getting a shot at the titles. And in fact, that is exactly what happened as John Matthews was able to pick up a victory, an upset win over one half the World Tag Team Champions, Dylan Dollar. Let's take a look at the ending of that match. From Dylan Dollar. And Dylan's got him tilted world close. No! Blocked by Matthews. He's got him up. No! Dollar blocked it into the turnbuckle. Misses that shoulder into the midsection. Rolled up 1, 2, 3. Got him! John Matthews got Dylan Dollar in that schoolboy roll-up. What a win! What a victory!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, John Matthews.
Fans, let's take a look at some of the action. There you see that beautiful sling blade from John Matthews as he hits the ropes. Follows that up with a gorgeous seated drop kick. Sends Dylan Dollar down. Dylan whips him into the corner here. Matthews lets him go underneath and rolls him up into that little schoolboy package. 1, 2, 3, able to keep his shoulders down. The winner of the match, John Matthews. Well, it looked like Perfect Vision was headed straight to the #1 contendership for the World Tag Team Championships. That is until Chris Thunder Anderson had a match of his own against the other half of the foundation, Travis Roberts. And though he didn't quite pick up the victory as cleanly as John Matthews, a victory he got nonetheless. Let's take a look. Good grief, did you hear that chin just pop against that fist? Now Travis reversing, coming in with a big clothesline into the turnbuckle. And you can see Chris Thunder Anderson struggling right there with that knee, that noticeable limp into the corner again. Wait a minute, he's pulled the referee in front of him. Come on, what is that? Let him go. Why is he holding the referee? Here comes Kenny Austin. Kenny's got something in his hand. Ow! He just knocked out Travis Roberts. The referee didn't see a thing. Chris Thunder had him pulled into the corner. Not like this. Come on, ref. No, he gets 3. So now, fans, we have Perfect Vision with victory over one half of the World Tag Team Champions. And we have the Conquerors, who also have a victory over one half of the World Tag Team Champions. So how do you settle the dispute of who the #1 contenders are for the World Tag Team Championships? Well, our new mysterious commissioner had the answer to that question. Let's take a look.
Let me give you a little background, Jody. I've been in this business for 30 years. Kenny's grown up in this business just like I did. Let me give you a little background on the foundation, all right? I've known Dylan Dollar since his daddy was whopping his nose in the dressing room. And I've known Travis Roberts since he was in 3rd grade. And at the drop of a hat, if I get in this ring and tell Travis Roberts to drop and give me 15 up downs, that boy's going to do it. And the foundation, they can call themselves what they want to, Jody, because there's only one foundation. And I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. And me and my brother Blade were the originals. And you know yourself, you can't beat the original.
Well, that may be the case, Charles, but here I've got a text I just received from the new commissioner of the WFC. And seeing as how Thunder just picked up a victory over Travis Roberts, but also John Matthews has a victory over Dylan Dollar. So next week on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour, a #1 contenders match, a tag team match between Chris Thunder Anderson, Kenny Austin, and Perfect Vision. That coming up next week. We'll be back, fans, right after these messages.
Well, that much anticipated match, the #1 contenders match for the World Tag Team titles, would happen just last week on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. Perfect Vision versus the Conquerors. Who's going to come out on top? Let's take a look at how that match ended and who became the new #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. Zachariah Cutter now letting loose on Kenny Austin. Kenny Austin whips him into the ropes, scoops him up, tilt-a-whirl DDT! DDT from Zachariah Cutter! He's got him now. 1, 2, 3. Perfect Vision wins! Perfect Vision wins!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and the new #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles, Perfect Vision!
What a match, fans! Perfect Vision pulling the upset. Let's take a look at the action. The kick there from John Matthews, and the big right hand strikes Kenny Austin right upside the head. Austin able to come back here with his vertical suplex. Big crashing blow down on the right in the middle of the ring. But here's the finish. Zachariah Cutter into the ropes. Spins around, tilt-a-whirl, DDT, drops Kenny Austin like a sack of potatoes. Rolls him over. Gets the cover. Great block there by John Matthews. 1, 2, and 3. And there you have it, fans. The number one contenders for the World Tag Team titles, Perfect Vision, Zachariah Cutter, and John Matthews, looking for the foundation. And they're going to get their shot soon enough. What's left for the Conquerors? Well, they're going to be talked about a little later on tonight as we get to the mystery of who attacked AWOL. Because quite frankly, they are suspects number 1 in 1A. We'll get to that later on. For right now, stay tuned. We'll be back right after these messages. Hello, wrestling fans. I'm the gentleman, Jody Powell.
And I'm the mad scientist, Mike Buchanan.
Mike and I host a fantastic show on Monday nights at 7 p.m. right here on Abundant Television called Falls Count Anywhere. But Mike, what is this show about?
Well, it's about taking our listeners on a fun trip through what's happening in the WWE and Wrestling for Christ, which is WFC.
What else do we do on this show, though?
Well, my favorite part is the Finding Tomorrow, which is where we offer hope to those that are listening for whatever trials they may be experiencing in life.
That's great. I tell you what more could you ask for, fans? You get your wrestling news. And then after we talk about the WWE and WFC, we point you back to the Holy Scriptures so that you can fight your battles the right way. That's by turning to God. As Mike always says,
don't watch out, look up.
We'll see you Monday nights. Falls Count Anywhere, 7 p.m. on Abundant TV. Welcome back, fans, to Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. Exciting times in the tag team division as we've just gone through the evolution of Perfect Vision as the number one contenders to the World Tag Team titles that are currently held by the Foundation. We'll have to see what comes of that. Another developing story could be impactful for the tag team division, and it involves the Mad Dog, Nathan Sawyer, and his brother, Buzzsaw Sawyer. This all goes back to AWOL. Imagine that. Going back to AWOL when he was on his attack, trying to determine who in the locker room knows something about the attack on his partner. And this one particular night, AWOL was wreaking havoc on everyone, including the Sawyers. Let's take a look at what happened when Buzzsaw Sawyer was attacked by AWOL. Well, there you saw it, fans. It was the Mad Dog, Nathan Sawyer, making the save for his brother, Buzzsaw, from that madman AWOL who was attacking everyone that night. We'll get to him later on. But there was a threat there, if you notice at the end, that AWOL pointed at Nathan Sawyer and said, "You're next." Well, it turns out it didn't take long for him to uphold that promise. But notice who comes out to make the save. Take a look. Back into the corner, coming for another splash. Travis ducks out of the way, hits the ropes, big clothesline. The lariat takes him down. The cover by Travis. 1, 2, 3. Travis Roberts wins. Wait a minute. What is this guy doing out here? Are you kidding me? This again? AWOL attacking Travis Roberts right after his victory, and now, as he said he would, going right after Nathan Sawyer. Get this guy. Somebody get out here. Look out, ref. Don't try to get in the middle of that. You're going to get knocked out too. And here he comes. Here comes Buzzsaw Sawyer with a chair. Chasing off AWOL number 1.
You two have everything to do with it. Come on. I'm by myself. Come on. Takes you in a chair. Come on.
Get this guy out of here. AWOL number 1 throwing accusations at the Sawyer brothers, saying you and your brother had everything to do with it. How does he know that? He's just guessing. This guy's just attacking everyone. And now wait a minute. This is an interesting dynamic. And there's the hand, the olive branch to the brother. Oh, no. Buzzsaw Sawyer saying, little brother. I'm just returning the favor from earlier on. I don't know, fans. It just seems like there was something there, something with the Sawyer brothers, a past, a history, a team waiting to be formed. And I wanted to dig in a little more. You see, this is a family legacy. Their uncle, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer, an incredible professional wrestler for many years. And now Nathan and Buzzsaw Sawyer having the opportunity to come together as a tag team. It just seems like the perfect storm, the perfect story, exactly what the tag team division needed at Wrestling for Christ. And so I decided to dig a little bit, ask a few questions. Let's take a look at how Nathan Sawyer answered those questions.
Big win here for you. So what's new for Nathan Sawyer in Wrestling for Christ? What's on your mind? You can pick up a big win here over Stormtrooper. Where's that going to lead Nathan Sawyer?
What's on my mind is the fact that the commissioner decided to make a tournament that invades my yard. See, this ring is my home. And this word down the side of my gear, it's a way of life. You see, my family, 3 generations, Uncle Buzz, my father, my brother, and me. But see, that commissioner got the bright idea to create a tournament. But what that commissioner failed to realize is it invades my yard. So commissioner, hear me when I tell you, for every person you have in this tournament, you better have a hospital bed waiting on them. Because I won't in, because I'm defending my yard.
Well, Nathan, it's interesting you mentioned your brother, Buzzsaw Sawyer. I want to ask you about that a few weeks ago. Buzzsaw was attacked by AWOL. You made the save. Later that night, you were attacked by AWOL. Buzzsaw made the save. Are we looking at some kind of formation of a Sawyer brother tag team?
You like baseball?
I love baseball.
You know, in baseball, you get 3 strikes and then you're out, right?
That's right.
Consider this strike number 1. What happens between me and my brother is nobody's business but ours. It's none of yours, so stay out of it before you end up like everybody else around here.
Well, there you have it, fans. Words from Mad Dog Nathan Sawyer.
I don't know what it is, fans. I'm a pretty nice guy. In fact, I'm a gentleman. And yet every time I seem to ask a question or every time I step in the ring, I got somebody in my face. Kind of getting tired of it. Be that as it may, I'm a big baseball fan, and I knew that was only strike number 1. Had 2 more strikes. I was a pretty good hitter back in the day. So I took another swing the next week. Let's see how it turned out.
Well, Nathan, this match was an impress me match from the commissioner. Do you think you did enough to impress the commissioner to be entered into the tournament?
I don't care if I did enough or not, because when I step into my yard, it's not to impress. It's to take care of business. And that's what I did. See, the commissioner, what you just saw was just the start. The more you line them up, the more I'll knock them down and send them packing out of my yard. So bring everybody you want to with that little briefcase and whatever's in it, because they're going to end up right in the hospital with Dre White.
Well, Nathan, last week you gave me a baseball analogy. I took strike one, but I got to swing again. What's the word on a Sawyer brother tag team?
That's a swing and a miss. That's strike two, Jody. I done told you. What goes on between me and my brother is family business. It doesn't matter if we're like Cain and Abel. It doesn't matter if we're joined at the hips like twins. What you need to know is the same thing everybody else needs to know, and that's nothing of your concern.
Well, there you have it, fans. Words from Nathan, Mad Dog Sawyer.
Well, now the count's 0-2, fans. But I've got a little something special for that third swing that I'm about to take. So we'll have to see how it goes and what information we can get from Mad Dog Nathan Sawyer and from Buzzsaw Sawyer about the possibility of the Sawyer brothers joining together to be a tag team force here in Wrestling for Christ. Well, fans, we'll be back right after this as we take a dive into the world of AWOL and what a mad world it is. We'll be back right after these messages. Hello, wrestling fans. The Gentleman Jody Powell here. Are you searching for an engaging speaker for your next church event, civic meeting, industry conference, or a company-wide motivational session? Well, look no further. I'd be honored to bring energy, insight, and inspiration to your event. With experience as a 2022 Toastmasters World Championship of Public Speaking semifinalist, I know how to connect with audiences, both large and small. Whether it's an intimate gathering or a packed auditorium, I'll deliver a memorable and impactful message tailored to your needs. Visit today at www.jodypowellspeaks.com to explore my keynotes, talks, and trainings. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Book me today. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm Chris Whaley, author, former professional wrestler, pastor, and I'm joined by my co-host.
I'm Jeff Dixon. I am a pastor, I'm a speaker, I'm an author as well, but we have something else we do together.
Yes, we have a great program called The Clash.
Clash?
And it comes on every Monday night at 7:30 on Abundant TV.
Well, I want to watch it, and we'd love for you to watch it too. So if you wouldn't mind, join us on Monday night, and we'll see you at The Clash.
At The Clash, and it's always a battle, so come join us.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, to Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. And let's dig into the story of AWOL and how AWOL and the foundation and the World Tag Team titles became an even bigger story when one of the members of AWOL ended up stacked up on a bunch of pallets in the alley behind the Kings Mountain Arena with a chair wrapped around his ankle. And that ankle ended up being broken. And the mystery still remains as to who attacked AWOL. Let's see the events that led up to that attack. Tonight, well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, hang on. We got to get to the back. Go to the back, guys. Let's see what's going on. What is this, fans? That's AWOL. That's Dylan Dollar, one half of the tag team champs. They're attacking Dylan Dollar.
Hey, get some help out here, guys.
Yeah, get some help. These guys have a match tonight. What's going on? Where's Travis Robert? There comes Travis. There it comes. Chase him off, Trav. Travis Roberts chasing off AWOL, but the damage looks like it's done to Dylan Dollar. Please get some guys out here to help him out of here. Get out of here. Good grief. These guys attacking Dylan Dollar. They've got a World Tag Team Championship match tonight. Travis Roberts is not happy. Wanting to know what's going on. Somebody needs to get out here and help Dylan Dollar to the back. There's Chad Colt, Southern Justice. There's Drew Fuller just in shock, just like we are. Here comes Mad Dog, Nathan Sawyer. Travis Roberts is not happy with this at all. I don't know how this is going to affect our tag team title match tonight. And Dylan Dollar does not look like he is in any ring shape able to compete. We'll see. Drew, see if you can get a word with Travis.
AWOL is what happened. Hey, Wall. You got another thing coming tonight, Jack. Jody, you better call somebody. It's supposed to be a tag match.
I know it's supposed to be a tag match. I don't know.
We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, we will, Drew. We'll have to see what happens. I don't know what this means for our tag team title match tonight. We had AWOL taking on the champs, the Foundation. Well, that, fans, was just the beginning for AWOL and the Foundation. Later on that night, it'd be ruled that there would be a handicap match for the World Tag Team titles, that AWOL would take on one half of the champions, Travis Roberts. And I tell you what, Travis put up a valiant effort. Came up short in the end, and the titles switched hands to AWOL, who seemed to be on top of the world until a few weeks later. Let's take a look at what happened just outside of the Kings Mountain Arena in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Let's take a look. Fans, we have two huge title matches right here for you tonight. First, as promised, the World Tag Team titles will be on the line, but fans, something has happened. We knew it would. Let's go to the footage to see what happened just before we came on air this evening.
All right. Backstage, is your partner going to be here tonight?
You know, he was right behind me. What was that we heard outside? What in the world? What happened? Hey, I got to get some help out here.
Can we get some help? We need help.
We have a match tonight. Somebody.
You know, wrestling fans, there's an old saying that goes, what goes around comes around. And just a few weeks before that injury to AWOL, we saw AWOL taking out Dylan Dollar, creating a 2-on-1 handicap match for the World Tag Team titles, which ultimately Travis Roberts lost the titles to AWOL. Well, later that night, it came around, as AWOL number 1 had to defend the World Tag Team titles against the Foundation in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Let's catch the end of that match to see what happened. Dylan Dollar staying on him. Tosses him in. Travis Roberts kick. Stunner! Stunner! Spins him around. Tilt-to-world clothesline. Down goes AWOL. He's got him. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. We've got new tag team champions. We've got new tag team champions. The Foundation. They've defeated AWOL. They are your new WFC Tag Team Champions. Look at Dylan Dollar taking the belts, handing one to Travis Roberts as AWOL stumbles to the back. There's your new Tag Team Champions, ladies and gentlemen. The Foundation. Let's take a look at some of the action. You see the right side Russian leg sweep from Travis Roberts. Dylan Dollar off the ropes. Big crossbody. This is vintage Foundation right here. But here's the finish, fans. A stunner from Travis Roberts. Gets AWOL. Dylan Dollar spins him around. Tilt-to-world clothesline. That awesome lariat takes him down. 1, 2, and 3. Your new tag team champions, there they are. Well, fans, we would learn later on that AWOL number 2 would end up with a broken ankle as a result of the attack in the alley behind Kings Mountain Arena. And it led to one of the biggest mysteries so far in Wrestling for Christ, and that is who exactly perpetrated the attack on AWOL. Well, AWOL number 1 was determined to find out who and was slinging accusations at everyone. We saw earlier how he attacked the Sawyer brothers. He went after Shane Austin. He went after the Foundation. He even got in my face. I don't think he would do that again, though. Let's take a look and see what happened as a result of that.
Introducing first, from parts unknown, AWOL! Listen here, Johnny Pop. And whoever you have, I'm going to walk through.
You listen to me. You don't put your hands on me. You want to come out here and run your mouth? You want to come out here and attack all these guys? Well, you know what? I got something for you.
Oh, yeah.
This main event with Shane Austin has just become a lumberjack match. Introducing your opponent.
Well, there you have it, fans. A lumberjack match now. Simply because AWOL number 1 couldn't keep his hands off of me and keep his mouth shut. And this development plays right into the hands of Shane Austin, as he's looking for someone to beat up, someone to show
Bring out the lumberjacks.
he is still deserving of the WFC title. And here come the Lumberjacks, fans. A lumberjack match, wrestlers surrounding the ring. There's Big Buzzsaw Sawyer, who was attacked by AWOL. There's Nathan Sawyer, who was also attacked by AWOL. Travis Roberts, who's had plenty of issues with AWOL. Zachariah Cutter, who swore that he would get back at AWOL. Dre White, John Matthews, Kenny Austin, and Big Chris Thunder Anderson. All of these superstars surrounding the ring. And that was the start, wrestling fans, of a very contentious relationship between yours truly and AWOL number 1. However, keeping my journalistic integrity intact, I was bound and determined to discover exactly who attacked AWOL. And it was through the help of the unknown commissioner, who provided a little evidence, a little peek into some footage that we had not seen before that captured a very suspicious character hanging around the alley just after AWOL was attacked. Let's take a look.
The television tournament. Are you kidding me? I was kind of in the middle of something here.
Now look, Mr. Powell, I don't care what you're in the middle of. I come out here for one reason only, not this box, not this surprise commissioner. I'm still looking out to see who injured my partner, who's now been on the shelf for 8 weeks. You are going to give me an answer today.
Normally, I really wouldn't care what you want. But our commissioner has promised evidence that could lead to who injured your partner 8 weeks ago outside of the Kings Mountain Arena. And let's take a look, fans, at footage of that evidence. Then what we see here is you, and down in the corner, as you can see right there,
What's he doing out here?
that's Sir Charles Humperdinck, the manager of the Conquerors, Kenny Austin and Chris Thunder Anderson.
You're telling me Sir Charles is in on this?
Well, what I'm telling you, AWOL, is that Sir Charles happened to be in the background as the video was filming you discovering your partner within the alley having his ankle broken. Now, there's also a message for you from the commissioner. And that message is this: you're not to lay a finger on Sir Charles Humperdinck because the investigation is still going. Next week on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour, I will have an exclusive interview with Sir Charles Humperdinck.
Give me that thing. You listen here. You remember this. If I get even close to that guy, I'm going to find out who had it. Because AWOL does what they want, to who they want, and when they want. Don't you understand that, Mr. Powell?
Sir Charles Humperdinck, the Conquerors. What did they have to do with the attack on AWOL? Or we were going to find out last week on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour, as we were to have a sit-down interview with Sir Charles Humperdinck, who no-showed. And the question becomes, Why did he no-show? What does he know? And what did AWOL have to do with him not showing up to that interview? Well, stay tuned, fans. More to come from this, I'm sure. But when we come back, we're going to dig into the World Heavyweight title picture. And we're going to find out the 16 men that are going to be competing in the Television Turmoil Tournament. Stay tuned. Oh, hello, wrestling fans. The gentleman Jody Powell here. And I can't tell you how much I love this devotional written by my partner on Falls Count Anywhere, the mad scientist, Mike Buchanan. He wrote this book called Feeling Down, Look Up. You want to get your copy today. It's on Amazon. So you're going to want to search for Feeling Down, Look Up by Mike Buchanan. And it's got verses, it's got stories, it's even got a place to make notes. It's fantastic. You'll thank me later. Well, welcome back, wrestling fans, to Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour as we take a look back over the last 12 weeks of Wrestling for Christ. And it's time now to take a look at our World Heavyweight Championship title picture and the rivalry that is Shane Austin versus our champion, the Carolina Dreamer. And it all started just prior to our very first episode of King of the Mountain, when our champion, the Carolina Dreamer, was stripped of the World Heavyweight title. Let's take a look.
You ain't taking nothing. I learned this all for a long time. I learned this. How you gonna look? This ain't your title anymore. This is not my title, the people's title. How you gonna strip me? That's my title, Dreamer. You know it, and all these people know it. That's my title. You don't deserve anything but the beat that you got right. Wait a minute. I'll tell you what, brother, since I'm the fight champion that I am, I'll relinquish it for the time being. But we will see each other soon. And know everybody else is King of the Mountain. And guess who's going to be there? And still the champ, the Carolina Dreamer. That's right. The rifle over that belt. Shane Austin will be your champion. And all your champion. And you can't do nothing about it.
So now with the title stripped from the Carolina Dreamer, the King of the Mountain match became for the WFC World Heavyweight title, and it came down to three men: Carolina Dreamer, Shane Austin, and Loaded Guns Ken Magnum. Let's take a look at the ending of that match. Up Dreamer for Shane Austin. Look out! Magnum hit by Austin, and out goes Ken Magnum. He's out of the match. Dreamweaver drop kick. Down goes Shane Austin. Is the Dreamer going to do it here? Is he going to go from first to champion? Shane Austin's back up. And then wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kenny Austin. Shane Austin's been eliminated. Ken Magnum pulled him out. The Dreamer's the champion. The Dreamer's the champion. Oh my goodness. Well, fans, the ending, the King of the Mountain, set off a series of matches between Carolina Dreamer and Shane Austin, all of which seemingly had some kind of ending that messed everything up for Shane Austin, and Shane Austin believes he should be the champion. A rematch where the locker room felt like timbers were flaring so much that they had to come out and separate the two. A street fight that was going to give us a final champion, undisputed champion, only to be interrupted by Loaded Guns Ken Magnum who would impact the finish of that match, getting a little payback on Shane Austin. Let's take a look at what happened at the end of that street fight. Wait a minute! That's Ken Magnum! What's Ken Magnum doing here? He's getting in the ring! He's got something on his fist! What is he doing? Oh my goodness! He just knocked out Austin! Now he's gonna hit Dreamer!
You're welcome. Pay your man.
What?
How do I do that? You hit him with that. Do what I told you to do.
He's telling him to pin. He hit him with a chain. He hit Dreamer with a chain. What is Kid Magnum doing? He's pulling Dreamer on top of Austin. A 3 count. Carolina Dreamer has won the match, but what in the world?
And still the WFC World Heavyweight Champion, the Carolina Dreamer.
What in the world is Ken Magnum doing here? Let's take a look at some of the action fans. You see the Dreamer there locking in the figure 4 leg lock on Shane Austin. Painful move there, but then Ken Magnum comes out, hits Shane Austin with a foreign object, knocks him out cold, tells the Dreamer to pin him. Dreamer says, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. I don't play that way. Ken Magnum says, plan B. Boom. Right in the kisser with that chain, drags the Dreamer on top for the 1, 2, 3. Carolina Dreamer is still the champ here, fans, but I don't know what Ken Magnum's thinking. He's getting some kind of revenge on Shane Austin. We'll be back, fans, right after this. It's chaos here. Well, fans, the end of that street fight has put us where we are today, and that is where Shane Austin, claiming to be the rightful WFC heavyweight champion, and yet Carolina Dreamer still holding the belt, and Ken Magnum. How does he factor into all of this? Well, we heard from each man after the street fight. Let's check out what they had to say.
WFC Wrestling, right after the match, Carolina Dreamer and Shane Austin. Another tough match. This is number 3 for you guys.
Well, yeah, Shane Austin, I give it up to him, man. What a tough competitor he is. And no matter if you like him or you don't like him, you got to give up his for his skills. It's so awesome. Well, wait a minute. Before that, he had my whole blood boiling. I had his boiling. Here's what I don't understand, Drew. This WFC, things are in order here. I don't know what King Magnum is doing, but if you want my attention, you got it. So see, buddy, wars are fought on the ground, face to face, not behind doing a sneak attack. But I tell you what, I don't play games like that, and I don't win that way. As far as Shane Austin, I can't speak for him, but I tell you something, Ken Magnum, you got my attention. And Shane Austin, I will fight you again. It don't matter. But Ken Magnum, now you in the mix. Now you are the hunted, because I might be the champion. You're the hunted. You don't hit me with that sissy chain you did and put my lights out after I went 20 minutes with Shane Austin, one of the hardest competitors. So, Drew, you go back to the promotion board, whatever you got to do, whoever this is, that's over all this, it sanctions all these matches. You strip the title from me, WFC, you better do something with Ken Magnum, because if you don't, I am. It's that simple.
Well, you heard it right here. We'll have to talk to the commission about that. Yeah. More ringside.
Well, obviously, the champion not happy with the way he obtained that victory, thanks to Ken Magnum and his revenge on Shane Austin. Let's hear from Shane Austin what he had to say.
Backstage, WFC Wrestling with Shane Austin. Shane, you and Dreamer went at it for a good while. Tell us about that match.
Oh, I thought me and Dreamer had a pretty good match, but once again, I got a raw deal, I think. Ken Magnum come out, stuck his nose in my business once again. Ken Magnum, I don't know what you're doing here or why you keep interfering in our matches, but Carolina Dreamer, you know as well as I know that WFC title belongs to Shane Austin. Ken Magnum, I promise you, I'm going to find out where you at, where you're wrestling out next, and I'm going to find you. If I had to catch you in the back or wherever, I'm going to get my revenge against you, Ken Magnum. Nobody does what you've done here in WFC to Shane Austin. I promise you, you're a numbered man, brother.
Well, that sounds like the story's not over. Back to ringside with Jody.
Well, truer words have never been spoken from Drew Fulton there backstage with Shane Austin. And then finally, we get to hear from Loaded Guns Ken Magnum. What is he doing? What is he thinking? Why has he inserted himself into this rivalry between Carolina Dreamer and Shane Austin? Let's see what Loaded Guns Ken Magnum has to say.
Backstage at WFC Wrestling, Miss Xanthi with Ken Magnum. Ken, tell us a little bit about that match you ran in on.
Shane Austin, Carolina Dreamer. Facts are facts, gentlemen. The mystery is now over. Ken Magnum, Loaded Guns Ken Magnum, and Miss Xanthi have arrived in full force in WFC. Tonight, gentlemen, was just a taste. I took just a piece of each of you tonight because, you see, no matter how far away I have always been, I have always known who both of you are in this business. There are no two men in this business better than you. You're at the top of the mountain in WFC. I want to get to the top of the mountain in WFC. It does not matter to me whether it takes a chain, a taped fist, whatever it takes. Shane Austin, Carolina Dreamer, you want to tell me my days are numbered? You want to tell me to watch what I'm doing? Gentlemen, you have no idea what it is to play Russian roulette with a loaded gun and lose.
Well, WFC is getting heated. Back to ringside.
Getting heated is an understatement, Drew Fulton. This World Heavyweight Championship division is on fire. And we're going to have to see where this leads with Shane Austin, Loaded Guns Ken Magnum, and the WFC World Heavyweight Champion, the Carolina Dreamer. How will the new commissioner rectify this situation? I mean, Shane Austin, like him or not, has a point. In every match that he's been in so far for the WFC World Heavyweight title, there's been some kind of interference, some kind of ending that has not gone his way at no fault of his own. So I can understand the frustration that Shane Austin is feeling. Now, as for the Carolina Dreamer, Dreamer always wants to do things the right way. He wants to win or lose 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring based on his own merit. And so Dreamer's not happy with the way things have gone with this feud with Shane Austin and Loaded Guns Ken Magnum, probably the most dangerous loose cannon in WFC. You never play with a loaded gun, folks. And you don't want to mess around with Ken Magnum. He means business. So we'll have to see where the World Heavyweight title division goes right here at Wrestling for Christ on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. Well, stay tuned, fans. Still to come, we're going to reveal the 16-man television turmoil tournament, all competing for the mysterious briefcase. Stay tuned.
When Wrestling for Christ visits the Philippines, we bring more than just wrestling. We bring the love of Jesus Christ. Our mission extends beyond the ring. We hold vacation Bible schools, run basketball and youth camps, and visit villages to share the gospel, offering hope and encouragement to those in need. Since 2017, Wrestling for Christ has seen thousands of professions of faith and lives changed simply by sharing the love of Jesus. In 2025, we're planning to return for television tapings on Abundant TV to reach even more lives. We need your support to continue this vital work. Help us bring hope to the Philippines.
Scan the QR code to donate today and go to our website to learn more about this ministry.
Thank you and God bless.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, to Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. And it is time to reveal the brackets for the 16-man television turmoil tournament, the winner of which receives the mysterious briefcase and everything that it contains. Now, a little background on this tournament before we get to the brackets. The management of WFC appointed a commissioner to oversee the federation And no one really knows who the commissioner is. They have failed to make themselves known, only communicating via text message. But it's my belief that this commissioner is well versed in the world of professional wrestling, just based on decisions that have been made, information that has been shared. And we'll wait and see when and if this new commissioner makes themselves known. But one of the things that this commissioner has done has created this 16-man turmoil television tournament, all for the contents of the briefcase. No one knows what's inside except for, I would assume, our commissioner. I've been in possession of this briefcase for many weeks now. It's been very tempting to try to open it, but the integrity of the briefcase remains intact. No one knows what's inside, but 16 men are going to be competing for the contents. What do you say we find out exactly who will be competing in the television turmoil tournament? Well, let's take a look at the brackets. Well, there they are, fans. The 16 men that are going to compete in the television turmoil tournament. Let's start on the left-hand side of the bracket, starting with John Matthews, one of the 4 men we first found out were going to be in the tournament. He's going to be taking on Buzzsaw Sawyer. And we mentioned earlier about the Sawyer brothers. That'll be interesting considering John Matthews, a member of Perfect Vision. We'll see how that plays out. Then Curtis Robinson, a newcomer to the WFC. The commissioner impressed with a match that he had earlier on against Dre White. He's going to be taking on Travis Roberts, one half of the Foundation. And so it'll be interesting to see how Travis Roberts handles this match on his own. We talked about Loaded Guns Ken Magnum. He's in the fray as he's going to be taken on in the first round the sensational, inspirational Dre White. And there you see at the bottom, the man who said he really doesn't care about the briefcase or the tournament. He's in it anyway. AWOL. Interesting matchup. First round, he's going to be taking on Kenny Austin of the Conquerors. And that's going to be really interesting given the fact that Sir Charles Humperdinck was hanging around back in the alley when AWOL was attacked, leading credence to the Conquerors being involved in that attack. So we'll have to see in that first round how that plays out with AWOL and Kenny Austin. That's going to be an incredible matchup. Now let's get to the other side of the bracket. Starting at the top there, you have Thunder Anderson. Chris Anderson is going to be taking on KD Idol. KD Idol making it into the tournament, but drawing a really tough opponent there in the first round. You do not want to mess with Chris Thunder Anderson of the Anderson household lineage, professional wrestling. Moving on down, you've got Zachariah Cutter taking on Hornet there. Hornet making his way in after that Impress Me match just last week on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. And Zachariah Cutter having an opportunity to take on Hornet. That sets up a potential next round matchup between Chris Thunder Anderson and Zachariah Cutter. And fans, I am here for that one. Move down to the bottom, Big Dan Holman taking on the Mad Dog, Nathan Sawyer. Nathan Sawyer saying he's going to defend his yard. Well, he's got a big test in the very first round, defending it against Big Dan Holman. That's going to be a battle of the big men right there. And then at the very bottom, you have the other half of the World Tag Team Champions, Dylan Dollar, taking on Stormtrooper. And that sets up a great second round match, potentially with either Dylan Dollar, Nathan Sawyer, Big Dan Holman, Stormtrooper. That's going to be an incredible bracket. We're going to keep our eyes on that one, fans. Well, there you have it, fans. What an incredible tournament that the commissioner has set up here. So many interesting matchups. John Matthews, Buzzsaw Sawyer, particularly taking on Travis Roberts in the second round. Ken Magnum's got to be the favorite coming into this thing. AWOL and Kenny Austin in the first round. And then on the other side, you got Zach Cutter potentially taking on Chris Anderson in the second round. Dylan Dollar's in the midst. Nathan Sawyer said he's going to defend his yard. So many things could happen here, fans. Stay tuned for more information on the television turmoil tournament, when that's going to take place. Well, fans, that's all the time we have this week on Saturday Night Praise and Power Hour. We'll see you next week on Abundant TV.